Hey guys, a couple of y'all were asking about how to add glass to your Vinci Pro, and this is a quick tutorial about how I was able to add glass and print on top of it. So the first thing you need to do is go into your utilities, click that, and then you're going to go to Z offset. Do this after you've done a bed calibration because then you know how true your bed exactly is. So you can see what it does. It kind of goes through a couple Z offset, and then it'll bring the head up about 75% to the front, and then you'll see it'll actually give you an offset value. Mine is 120 mil or 1.2 millimeters. I don't know how they get this, how they derive this number, but to give you guys an idea, what this is for me is if I get two sheets of paper, two standard sheets of paper, and I slide it underneath the head. Let's see if I can slide it underneath the head. So I should be able to slide it right underneath the head, and there's barely any resistance. There's a little bit, but not a lot. So if I drop it down one, you actually can feel the head kind of rubbing. So 120 millimeters is with the offset values. It's about two sheets of paper for me. Maybe that's the thickness of the tape. I don't know. So it's two pieces of paper for me. So what I do is I go and do my Z offset value. I go to about 3.8. And you just basically got to keep on pressing. XYZ printing, if you're watching this, could you do if you hold down the button, it just keeps on going? Because pressing it is monotonous. But what's happening is the bed is dropping down slowly. And let me get to 3.8. There we go. Now I'll move the head out of the way. I'll kind of move the carriage back so I can get my piece of glass in. So this is a standard piece of glass I got at Ace Hardware. It is 200 millimeters from front to back and the 250 millimeters from edge to edge. And if this is in the right direction, I should be able to slide it right in place, and you can kind of see, let's adjust it. But it should go basically to the edge on either side, and it fits pretty well inside. And it's not riding up on these clips at all, so it looks pretty good. So the next thing I do is I clip to the front and the back, so I just add a clip to the front right there, and then I'll put a clip on the back. Let's see if I can do this. Well, and it might be easier to do it once the bed's out of the way. There we go. So I just had a clip to the back. There we go. So that kind of keeps it locked into place. And then I go bring the head back over to the center. And then I look for those two sheets of paper I have. And I start to bring the bed down. So I keep bringing the bed down. And then periodically, I kind of go back and I check how much resistance do I have underneath the head, and I don't really feel any right there. So let me drop it down some more. Let's do that. Let's see what that feels like. Starting to get a little bit more, but still have more to go. So let's drop it down to maybe, let's go 2.8. There we go. Let's see how that feels. All right, that has resistance underneath it, but it feels more like the 1.15 millimeter. So I'm going to bring it back up, and let's see how that feels. Let me bring it one more up. There we go. And that feels pretty good right there. So I'm going to set mine at 2.95 millimeters, and I'm going to press OK. And then I'm going to do home all axes. Yes, I want to home all the axes. And that will just bring the head back and get me ready to print. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to set up a print, and then we'll see the machine starting to print on top of glass. All right, the printer is getting to 211 degrees and the platform at 90. And here we go. Vinci Pro, printing on glass. Let's see how it does. So it's laying down its first extrusion, and it looks okay. But here's where we're really going to be able to see how it comes out. You might be able to see the first layer. Maybe you can. But you can see that the first shell looks pretty good, sticking well. To give you guys an idea, I did use just a standard piece of glass from Lowe's, and I wipe a glue stick on top. This is the same way you use the Vinci 1.0. So basically the same machine, minus a new extruder and some other upgrades. So the parts should stick down just fine. And everything looks pretty good. So to give you guys an idea, I am printing Georgia. It kind of looks like Illinois right now, but I'm going to print a Georgia cookie cutter for the holidays so I can make some cookies. But this part is 0.2 millimeters layer height with a 50% infill and 3 shell layers. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm going to be quiet and we'll watch the print for a little bit. I'm going to cut away in probably about 30 seconds, and I'll resume when the print is farther along. A little over 1 hour into the print, and we are still having great bed adhesion at the bottom of the part. I do not see any warping on this part. Everything looks like it's being adhered just fine. We have about 9 minutes left, and I'll cut back out, and we'll see the part pop off. So the part is done, and let's pop it right off the bed. Which came off really easy. Nice, smooth surface finish on the bottom side. Looks like we have a little bit of debris based off the print, but the bed is smooth. Wipe it off a little bit. Have a little bit of glue residue, but that can come off the water, or you can just go right over it till it's worse. And that is printing on glass in a Vinci Pro.